AM climate. So M means monsoon climate. M means monsoon climate. So this monsoon climate in the tropical region. In the tropical region. So in the tropical areas which comes under the effect of monsoon winds, that is a monsoon climate. So this monsoon climate has been characterized as the short, dry season. Precipitation in driest month. Driest month is recorded less than is recorded less than 6 centimeter. The 80% of precipitation recorded in summer season. In this climatic zone or the monsoon climate, there is effect of maritime air mass. Maritime air mass. So if we see there on the map, this climate has been occurring there in tropical region, which are there under the effect of maritime air masses. Maritime air mass. This is winds coming from maritime means oceans. Winds coming from oceans, and these winds are trade winds. These winds are trade winds, and trade winds relatively warm. Trade winds relatively warm, right? So this coming from the oceans, the warm wind they gain moisture. So these winds are moist wind. These winds are moist winds. So this maritime air masses are moist. So they cause precipitation, right? So this in the word we find the AM climate. This is AM climate. AM. This is AM climate. India is completely covered under the AM climate. Southeast Asia has been covered under the AM climate. Some part of the eastern part of Brazil has been covered under the AM climate. The other part of Australia has been covered under the AM climate. So this is monsoon climate here. This all have the monsoon climate. Now see this wind pattern which take place over this part. So these winds have been prevailing this southeast trade. So this all the areas are under the effect of maritime air masses. Maritime is the winds blowing over the oceans. So this is southeast trade or the tropical easterlies, right? So but their situation there in the India is different. So their winds crossing equator they reach to the India as a southwest monsoon. Returning wind from the India crossing the equator they reach to the Australia as a northwest monsoon. So these areas are having also under the effect of trade winds, right? So this is maritime climate or the monsoon climate is under the effect of maritime air masses that is moist. So there are the maritime air mass. Monsoon winds which are moist are responsible for precipitation. Responsible for precipitation, right? and amount of rainfall, average annual rainfall, is recorded 100 to 200 centimeter, right? So monsoon climate has the relatively this rainfall is 100 to 200 centimeter. For that amount of rainfall is sufficient for tropical deciduous forest. Tropical deciduous forest. One more important thing is there that the monsoon climate is also called, as it is there in the tropical region, this is also called tropical climate. What is also called the tropical climate. So why it is called tropical climate? See this in the map. So this is all the areas where the monsoon climate is there. This is in the tropical region or within the tropical region. This is in the tropical region, right? So some effect is there in India, subtropical areas, but this is more or less largely there in the tropical region, right? So therefore it is called tropical climate. So there is a growth of tropical deciduous forest in the range of 100 to 200 centimeter rainfall. So this there is a certain period or there is a some dry spell of rainfall, means deficit water. So during this time the trees shed their leaves. Trees shed their leaves. So that is a typical characteristic of deciduous forest. They shed their leaves during the dry period. This climatic zone or these areas, the canopy of tree is thick. So there will be thick canopy like this. Trees will have thick canopy. Then after, these forests will have the varieties of trees like it is called sal, sandalwood, sandalwood. Mango tree is a very important. Mango tree is a very important variety of deciduous forest. So this is AM climate. This is AM climate.